Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to talk about, well, Valiants, because of course we will. We're going to talk about the upcoming meta in the victory track and the deck that I will start the victory track climb with, and I will hopefully once I'm done with the victory climb if I have done any changes to it. So first things first, we do have the couple of saga boosts. So it's basically the same saga as it was the previous season, with the dormant virus giving you critical damage rating for the saga champions and 15% critical resistance for 10 seconds. It starts on a 10-second cooldown, but this time around you gain an indefinite 35% endurance passive when the dormant virus expires. If they do not already have it, while this endurance is active, each time dormant virus activates, they gain 15% of missing health as adrenaline and gain a 15% fury passive lasting 5 seconds. This fury passive starts paused and unpauses when the attacker lands a hit. In reality, in my testing, you could kind of barely notice it in most instances. It's nifty little thing, but it's not going to be as significant to use a saga champion as it was last season. The nodes are fairly simple. The most important one here would be combat deja vu prowess. So whenever the attacker lands the same type of basic attack twice in a row, the defender gains a 50% prowess buff for 10 seconds. There are 3 things that are important about this fight. Number 1, you can completely avoid it by, using different attacks, playing it as if it is Mixmaster. Number 2, you can purposely trigger it as often as possible in order to heal your Mystic champions and some other champion abilities, but let's face it, it's mainly Mystics. You can get buffs to Nullify, feed the Mystic Dispersion, or just other champion kits as well. The last thing is champions that have basically undexable special attacks can all of a sudden become significantly more dangerous than they normally are. Champions like Bullseye, who special is hard to dex, could catch you off guard, give more like block damage. So it's something to keep in mind. For the most part, if you want to, you can play around it, and it can trigger your Mystic champion abilities. And additionally, you can trigger it on purpose and then land a heavy attack, but it has to be a heavy attack, not just any knockdown with a special attack, in order to be able to steal one prowess buff from the attacker and gain a 50% prowess buff yourself. So you actually can use this node to duel any and all of your champions. And here, I'll be honest again, in testing, it was all about picking champions that do incorporate heavy attacks in their rotation anyways, because a lot of champions, it's kind of hard to heavy with them, and then you just end up kind of ignoring the nodes altogether. Outside in, if far away from the defender for 3 seconds, the attacker is passively rooted for 4 seconds. In general, again, this isn't too big of a deal, where in vanilla circumstances you can play around with it, but there will be specific champions that make this a lot more challenging. There will be champions that push away the opponent with their own special attacks, and you effectively end up getting rooted almost immediately. Something like Onslaught or Thanos are harder to use because of it. And obviously, some defenders will get you rooted as well, but getting rooted isn't the end of the world, especially in victory track. It's something to keep in mind. So in that limited amount of testing that I did, this is more or less where I ended up with. I am running 4 science champions currently, and the kind of 2 notable exception changes that are, number 1 is Titania, and I do want to give it a go still with Titania. I know she cannot possibly benefit from the prowesses, but her aggressive playstyle and ability to kind of like rank the special should be working there. But aside from that, you just kind of run your staple science champions. Silk is a perfect example of a champion whose rotation fits in well with the nodes. And I do expect Silk to get quite a bit nukier, because with her you can quite easily get like 2 prowess buffs active on yourself just by going like medium, light, light into heavy attack, medium, light, light into heavy attack, then go for a full combo, drop your level 2, and you're doing increased amounts of damage quite easily and seamlessly. So I do want to mess around with Silk more there as well. And the skill class, again, is just kind of the usual suspects. Bullseye is more dangerous than he normally would be, because if the opponent leaves a prowess on him, hurt, but obviously he will get nuked by the mutant normally would. Nick Fury because his level 1 is quite long and pushes opponent far away, so you can root opponents, which is good. And similar with Yelena, Yelena's specials are pushing opponents away, forcing them to next far away, and they will get rooted too. In the mutant class, you have Onslaught, Captain Britain, Jean Grey, Dust, and Mr. Sinister. All of them seem to be working fine, nothing too crazy in terms of interactions. Then we have Caroline Dean, Thanos, Serpent, and Dark Phoenix of the Cosmics. I did not like using Thanos in this meta. You do have to be like very quick after you're at level 1 to dash in at the opponent basically immediately. Otherwise, you're going to get rooted. So his fights can kind of go sideways very, very fast. And getting rooted with Caroline Dean, however, can actually be kind of helpful and beneficial, especially if opponent happens to throw a special and you do remain in that sun for longer. Then we're looking at Shocker, Red Skull, and Spider-Man, Zola, and Jack. Jack is actually a bit of a monster right now in the game overall. Number one, he obviously answers a lot of the mutant threats, but number two, anytime you can increase Jack's attack rating or his special attack damage, he can go absolutely insane. And this is going to be a similar case here. You can get those prowesses on yourself from the opponent. Jack's level 2 will hit significantly harder with those dots afterward, following for massive amounts of damage. So that is quite useful and nice to know. And then we do have Chunk Mist. Here, the kind of like welcomed return to the deck. We have to hail Juggernaut because he's going to be busting open everybody this match. And give opponents prowesses, nullify them, and then throw his specials quicker and get his level 2s quicker. So he's absolutely tearing through people. And Chavez as well, and that's mainly because it's very easy for her to incorporate the heavy attacks in her rotation. And Carl is quite crazy, and Nico is quite crazy, to be honest, as well. And yeah, Mystic is by far offensively the threat, kind of like explode and nuke champions they otherwise would not necessarily be that fast against. And that is my deck as of right now. As I said, I could be making some alterations and changes depending on some future rank ups or something else. Some additional notes for champions that could be doing quite well. Ebony Maw, if you happen to have a highly ranked Ebony Maw, I think he's going to pop off with that prowess and well on that. I think that's quite crazy actually. Sentinel with prowess and again increase all the damage there would definitely be worth considering as well. Thing is a potential add in the deck. I think Prowler could very, very well because you do want to bait out. You do want to knock them down with a heavy attack as a part of Prowler's rotation to begin with. Longshot could be actually kind of hidden gem here as well because you give opponents the prowesses. Heavy a lot with him anyways. So now the more I think about it, if I'm not happy with any of my mystics, Longshot's definitely going in. I do think and nuke. I think Cal Obsidian can be quite compatible with the nodes as well, considering that you start the fight effectively with spamming multiples of heavy attacks and then go for a nuke. Having extra prowesses on you will not hurt much at all. Rinter is going to be more effective than normal. Also, there could be some potential. I do think Cassandra, no, actually. So there's some more testing I have to do with her and get more comfortable, but I do think Cassandra is going to absolutely pop off in meta as well. I just need to kind of get more comfortable using her myself. So those are some of the more notable champs I'm looking at in this meta. I think Venom is also going to be quite good because you're going to have things to nom, and that's always nice whenever Venom can kind of like express himself, his level 1s. So that is basically it for now. And if I do make any significant changes to my victory track deck prior to reaching the Gladiator Circuit, I will make a video for that. If not, I do think that the Gladiator Circuit deck, I will make some adjustments later on because we do have Catatonic coming into play, and that effectively will root the opponent. That will put disorient on the opponent if they happen to get rooted. So rooting the opponent has more significant downside. and hopefully it changes the fight dynamic, because in general it's a fairly vanilla-esque meta, and can effectively get away with using the best champions rather than ones that work most perfectly. The nodes. It's going to be quite a nuky season to begin with, especially the final meta with the arms raise node in it. Right, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next one. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have